Honorable Minister. Srimati Maneka Gandhi.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, I have hundreds of questions, but I will stick to two really important ones. The Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act was made in 1960, and the importance of this act was recognized by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. It has been the only private member's bill ever accepted by the government. When he made it, the House made a fine, which was a very, very serious fine for animal cruelty. In those days, when my father earned 1,200 as a colonel in the army, the fine for a single act of cruelty was 50 rupees. Today, 50 rupees is meaningless, but it has not been revised from 1960 to now. I would request you to change the Animal Welfare Act, the Prevention of Cruelty to Animal Act, amend it to bring it, to make it modern, because it is the only act in the country in which every single day there are about 1,000 to 2,000 cases. But every single person caught in cruelty, it's the only act in which they plead guilty. Because if they say not guilty, the case goes on forever. If they plead guilty, it's 50 rupees and they're out. So we have the same offenders every night. My colleague talked about cows being taken for slaughter every night. Every single night I have caught between 4 to 5 trucks somewhere in India. And in every case, they've got away with 50 rupees. So I would like to know whether your government would bring in amendments to the Act to make the fines or the punishments more severe. The second thing I would, if you give me leave to ask, is animal sacrifice is organized crime. It's done in many, many villages, and it will now, nearer Dasara, it becomes really impossible, especially with the army also involved and doing it all over the place. Could you please let us know whether you intend to ban animal sacrifice? It is banned in 6 states. Why can't it be banned all over India?
Madam Speaker, the Honourable Member is right. I am well aware of the historic importance of the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act of 1960, which is the contribution of Rukmini Devi Arundale to the legislation of our country. I'm also conscious of the fact that the Honourable Member is the Chairman of the House Committee on Assurances. So I should be very careful when I say anything, lest she construe it as an assurance. But I do want to say to the Honourable Member that the amendment of the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act 1960 is very much on our agenda. We would like to come forward with actually a comprehensive Animal Welfare Act, not just a Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Act, but an Animal Welfare Act with steep penalties, because the penalties today under the 1960 legislation is very, very laughable. So if this is construed as an assurance, Madam Speaker, this is an assurance that we will come forward with this legislation.
Thank you.
As far as the second question is concerned, the Honourable Member is right. A number of states have in fact banned animal sacrifices in religious places. This is a sensitive issue, Madam, and I would like to proceed with this with some caution, because this is an issue that affects a large number of states. All I can say at this stage is that we will, from the Ministry of Environment and Forest, on behalf of the Animal Welfare Board, we will certainly send an advisory to all states to emulate the states which have already banned animal sacrifice. This much I can assure the Honourable Member.
Thank you.